Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today in this classic review, G.I. Joe Real American Hero, we're going to be taking a look at the Whirlwind. Now, this is not mine because I never had the Whirlwind as a kid, and for the life of me, I have no idea why. Because who doesn't love Gatling guns? And two of them, that, I can't even imagine the damage this thing would do. I mean, maybe, but full size Gatling guns on something like this, I can't imagine that it would work considering they say what the Gatling gun does to the A10 Warthog, how it pushes it back literally if it's firing too much. But anyway, we're gonna take a look at this. I do have a kind of gripe. It does not turn. Now, I bought this at Kokomo Toys when I was out there, and they're all bagged up and they say what it is. I don't remember it ever saying anything that the thing does not spin. It does not turn. Now maybe that's my fault for not opening it up, and I'm perfectly fine with accepting that. But it was bagged up and stapled. I don't think, if I remember correctly, because we only went once, they didn't allow you to take it out. So very disappointing. It looks good. It does go up and down, but it does not whirl like a whirlwind. So I guess you have to shoot straight. But anyway, I'm not going to be playing with it like that, so I'm okay with it for my collection as of right now. But we're going to take a look at all the detail. You can see I have a Footloose in here. I have a few Footlooses out there for some reason. But we're going to take a look at all the detail, how it looks. As we can see, we can make it be towed behind a vehicle, which is really good. It's, you know, better than some of them that you just kind of placed. And for the life of me, I can't even think of the name of what I'm trying to think of. But you guys know I've already reviewed it. But anyway, let's take a look at this. Not me. See what the detail is on this and see how much love was put into this. But before we do, if you like this type of content, please take a second. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a classic review. Alright, and so we have the G.I. Joe Whirlwind, and as I said, this is not mine. It is also glued together, so it technically does not whirlwind. And I never had this as a kid, as I mentioned, and I don't know why. This looks like something right up my alley of something that I would have wanted. But my guess is probably because it needed to be towed. I had the howitzer, I had the HAL, the MMS. I probably decided that I didn't want to buy this when I could have got a vehicle that moves or a figure. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this here. So the first thing is we have the two big Gatling guns. I can't imagine that this is something real. It may be on a ship, but I can't imagine that this is something that could just be set down and when you fire this thing, it's not going to move you all over. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, please tell me where I can find one. Anyway, looking at it here, we do have the nice Gatling gun. Now, they do spin. Alright, so that is like a play feature here. You get the nice little rivets here, the nice long barrels, and obviously some supports to keep those barrels together. They probably assumed the torque would rip it apart. Here we have some mechanics right in between it. I'm not really sure what that's going to do because they don't go in and out. Here we have what looks like a couple doors, so you could probably access it, or maybe there's ventilation. And the same with right over here. Now, I'm 100% honest, I didn't have this as a kid, so I've never opened this up. And because I never opened it up, this is honestly the first time that I'm ever seen this. So they put in bullets so you can see just exactly how many are loaded into it. So you would assume this is some sort of drum barrel. They probably get loaded right in the back here. All those are bullets, and they're going to be, I mean, you're going to run out of bullets really quickly, but it doesn't matter. That is absolutely awesome. Like I said, I never had that, and I never even opened this up because I bought it, was disappointed that it didn't swivel. And I actually noticed it when I brought it up here to do it. And I was like, I need to open that up. I'll just wait till I do it on camera. So here we're going to have your guard. So as they're shooting at you, you're not just fully exposed like, I don't know, let's say something like this here. Just fully exposed. But you do have the nice little rivets here. Whatever that piece is supposed to be, telling us the PR53Q. It's got the US flag on the front of it there. Let's pop this back on here. And they only go, and I like the fact that they are set, so they only go one way. All right, so it has 3 little clips. I'm going to be very careful to pop this thing back in, because the last thing I want to do is break it. So let's see if we can kind of just be very careful. That popped right in there. And the same with this. But I love the fact that those bullets are there. Like, that is, again, these are things that, you know, sometimes you don't have things as a kid, and, you know, you get it, you're not really paying too much attention to it. So, looking at the back, now this is where it's supposed to rotate, and again, it is glued. I don't know if it's my fault, if it's Kokomo Toys' fault for not actually letting me know, or on the bag. I will take full blame for it. It is to be tow hitched, and when you look at the tow hitch, it always sat in here, and then it kind of locked in, so it went from being bigger to smaller, as some of the hitches were a thicker hitch, so you can lock it into place. And then even on the back here, you can kind of see some of the mechanics. All right. We'll take the seat off really quick here, and even as you look here, man, I wish I could see a little bit better in there. But it does have some of the mechanics right here. Here we have the pedal that's probably going to allow it to spin, move up and down. I believe there is supposed to be a sticker right there. Now you can see a cluster gauge right here. You get the handles, which aren't too big, so you can actually put the handles on, or put their hands on it. And down here is probably an access hatch, so you can connect to the, so you can adjust the mechanics underneath there and work on it when need be. As for the seat sitting right here, not too much to it, just a little bit of a design. I do think that this was, I don't remember. I mean, I never had it, so I can't say I don't remember. But I thought there were some of these that were actually supposed to move back and forth. I don't think this one is, because it just kind of locks into place. But I feel like there's something missing on it. Now, this is the only one I've ever had, so. Alright, so anyway, that's the seat right there. Alright. There's nothing on the bottom other than the clips that are going to hold it together. Now this does come out like this. I'm so worried. I feel like I'm going to have to buy another one of these eventually. And now it can be towed along. Alright. And they keep a figure right here. You can tow something. Over time, you can see how loose it's getting, that this thing just kind of falls. I think I usually leave in the up position, but it can be towed, you know, with a I can't think even right now. The Vamp, the Mauler, the Mobat, the All-Striker. No, the All-Striker doesn't have a hitch on the back, so All-Striker's not going to be towing it. But anyway, that's your Whirlwind. Now, the way the figure's going to sit in, there are no pegs to hold him. But using my extra footloose, or one of my extra footlooses, you're able to easily take his hands and slot that right in there, and you don't have to worry about them breaking. It's thin, and no issues. Now, not the best design, but again, as I mentioned, when you're standing behind the camera and trying to do stuff in front of the camera, it's not always the easiest. So anyway, there he is. There's your G.I. Joe Whirlwind, glued together. It works. It's all that I need in my display. Alright, so there you have it. That is the Whirlwind that does not whirl. Again, partly on my fault, but also, you know, on Kokomo Toys. This disappointing. You know, they have their stuff bagged, stapled. You're not supposed to move it. I don't remember it ever saying anywhere that this was actually glued to it. But such is life. That's where we are. I should know better, and I didn't. So anyway, tell me if you had this. Is this one of the vehicles that you had? I think so many people like this, but it wasn't nearly as popular as some of the other ones, and I'm not sure why. And again, why I never had this, I can't tell you, because this is something that I would have loved. Unlike when I talked about Tripwire, who I didn't even want, this is something I definitely would have wanted. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Please, before you go anywhere, I know you're liking this stuff, you're watching it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a video like this. But I'm going to get out of here. What I am going to do is, because you're like, you said you have more? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. Right up here is going to be a video of one of them. I don't know which one I'm going to put up there, but down here is going to be the playlist of all the classic reviews that I've done, which is all of Series 1, and this is almost the end of Series 2.